What's up, guys? JR Raymond here, back again. Headed to the bowling center, and actually it's a Saturday after, not even afternoon yet. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Taking the kid up to the bowling alley. It's my opportunity to go and practice on a day off, basically. Usually they call rest day test day, because if you're taking a rest day, you're failing the test. You should not be taking a rest day. You should be doing something different to get prepared and get ready to go for events or anything else that you've got coming up. So for me, my test day is going to be to go practice on a day that I normally wouldn't practice. So taking the boy up to the bowling center, and we're going to practice a little bit. My motivation is actually a little bit higher than normal, and I'm going to let you in on the secret as to why that is. When things start to get rough, things start to get bad, it feels like you're just not bowling very well very often, or anything in life for that matter. But I'm going to use bowling as the example right now because that's what we are. We're bowlers. When things start to get rough and not go well, and you're getting into this little bit of a rut where you're bowling bad, you're in a drought, or just a bad spell, and you can't seem to snap out of it, usually your motivation starts to dwindle a little bit. Your confidence goes down, your motivation goes down, and it's really hard to snap out of. It's a really hard thing to get yourself away from. Because that's what the best bowlers in the world do. They have their droughts, they have their bad times, but they snap out of it and they figure it out. They do something different, and that's the key, is doing something different. All too often over the last, we'll call it a decade or so, and I'm going to include myself in this because I've done it. I've quit for certain periods of time. I've taken long period breaks. Quit for an entire year one time just because it gets so frustrating. Things start to get you down, and you start to question yourself, question whether this is something you can do, and it's not just at the professional level, it's at all levels. It's based on whatever your goals are, whatever your expectations are. And I'm going to tell you right now, the things that work for me, and that's working for me right now to keep me motivated, it's just doing something different. So most people who follow along, they know I changed from 5-step to 4-step. Now, me doing that felt awkward at first, but when I go back and I watch myself on video, it lowers my backswing a pinch and actually more naturally gets rid of that loop at the top, which is causing some of the problems. So when I'm seeing that and I'm watching the results and seeing how much physically better I am at the foul line, that's exciting. Like that for me, that gives me a little bit of motivation. And that's why today I got up out of bed, got the kid breakfast, and I'm saying, you know what? I need to go practice. Like, I need to go get this down. I need to figure this out, because there's still a chance I may go bowl the US Open. It's a slim chance, but it might happen. I don't know. So I'm going to try and see if I can't get this down packed, go test out some bowling balls and go do these things. But so if you're somebody that's struggling, that's going through a drought of just bad bowling or bad scores, and you can't figure it out, make a change. It doesn't have to be anything major. It doesn't have to be going from 5 steps to 4 steps. It could be something as simple as drilling a new switch grip thumb to give you a different feel, or going from using the ovals in your grips to using the lift side instead. It's just got to be something to where you can visually or physically feel or see a difference in what you're doing. And once you see that and you can see different results, it doesn't have to be great results yet, but different, it gives you just a different perspective. It gives you something different to look at, and it gets you back into that learning mindset. Like, okay, I'm learning something new. I'm learning how to feel something different. And it gets back to, for me, it gets me back to being excited about it again, because then who knows what the future holds. If this change or something this small is going to make a big change and get me to being successful later down the road, I'm all for it, so who knows what the future is going to hold for any of these small changes that we might make. So my advice to you is, if you're going in a drought, or if you're thinking or contemplating quitting, or just never bowling again, or taking a break, a break's okay. I think a break is always a good thing. But for some of these guys who have big bump, for some of these guys who have phenomenal talent and they're just kind of giving up on it, I think it's a bad move, because the game's only getting better. with the new acquisition with Bolero, I mean, it can only mean good things from here. So, and they're already talking about pumping money into the prize fund. So at that point, where you're, not making a bunch of money, only making a few cuts, maybe now it makes it to a point where the prize funds get up enough where we can actually, profit a little bit rather than break even or lose a little bit of money when you just simply make the cuts. So I'm not saying it's worth going out full time yet to try and make a living bowling, but I'm saying I don't think it's worth quitting right now or getting down about everything, because I've been there. I know how it is. I know how it goes. Man, it's like, it's the worst feeling in the world, feeling like you're physically throwing it great, but you can't compete, or you just can't keep up, and just certain little mistakes seem to come at the wrong times, or bad breaks come at just the wrong time, and you can't really, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it keeps happening at the wrong time, and you feel like, man, if that break doesn't happen, if that bad break doesn't happen there, and we can find a way to, catch a hit here or there and strike, all of a sudden I go from missing the step ladder to now I'm number 1 seed, and then you're finishing second, you're making guaranteed money, so it's just those little things. We've got to find a way to make those things flip, and sometimes it takes just a small change, in whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be anything big. Like I said, it could be just something as simple as how you're targeting. If you're looking at the arrows, try looking a little bit closer. Just change something somehow and see if it helps. So I don't know. I just felt like this was something that, some people needed to hear, some people needed to see, and maybe, maybe you are the person. Maybe you have been making a bunch of changes and it just doesn't seem to be working. But maybe you're just not making the right change. Maybe you're focusing on one spot and you keep trying to change one thing, when maybe the change needs to be somewhere else. If you're focusing on a different thumb or thumb pitch or thumb angle, maybe it needs to be different finger pitches, or maybe it needs to be going from 15 to 16 pounds, or maybe it needs to be a hesitation in the push away. Sometimes just those little things can make a huge difference and we don't even know. So I don't know. I'm out of here. I hope this helps somebody. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, sorry, but just wanted to post this real quick to give some insight on how my motivation got flipped over the last couple of weeks, or I guess over the last week, and now I'm back into feeling like I want to go practice again, when before I was like, man, I don't want nothing to do with this game. So anyway, I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later. Take care.